This is TWiT.
I think we have. You have a good article on Mashable. I think is Google eating the world, or is it Facebook eating the world?
Google.
Google eating the world, eating the open internet. But I call it the world because what else is there?
That's
right?
the world we live in.
That's the world we live in. I think we are completely underestimating what all of this data that we're giving Facebook and Google can be used for. For instance, somebody asked me today on the radio show, WhatsApp wants my contact list. I don't want to give it to them. And I said, well, what they say they're going to do with that is, store it on their server. And if somebody you know in your contact list joins WhatsApp, they'll send you a message saying, hey, your buddy's on WhatsApp. You want to connect with him. But what I think they're really doing is, imagine if you had 1 billion people's contact list and then you cross-referenced it. You would know all the relationships anybody has. You would know who they talk to a lot, who they talk to a little. You would know who they work with. We had Rob Reed on last week. His new book, it's just fantastic. It's called After On. And in it, I don't think it's a spoiler because this happens very early on, there's a app called Flutter that is based on machine learning. And 3 of the protagonists go into a bar, and Flutter pops up a coupon offer. It's more than that because they know, because of when they arrived at the bar, that their coworkers, that they must be having a work meeting. And this is minor, right? Obviously, they could figure all that stuff out. Flutter actually becomes sentient, but that's another another matter entirely. But I'm not worried. I am actually not worried about, Skynet and sentience. I'm much more worried about what will really happen. And by the way, it will happen, I think, quickly. It will be like a catalytic reaction. It will be hockey stick-like, where all of a sudden the critical mass of data will be reached. May have already happened. We just don't know it. And Facebook will know everything. And will have so much data about you, they will know more about you than you do. Right?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think, it goes even to the level of DNA research, right? Google, I believe owns 23andMe, or maybe it's a former Googler, but either way, there are companies that are already set up to analyze your DNA, and I think people aren't even questioning.
They're a sponsor. I gave them a spit.
Yeah, and listen, they're doing a lot of really cool and interesting things. However, you have to ask yourself, do you trust a private company with your genetic code?
It was founded by Ann Wojcicki, and of course, Susan Wojcicki runs YouTube, and their mother rented the garage to Larry and Sergey when they started Google. So there is definitely a Google connection to 23andMe. There's no evidence that they're handing information over to Google.
No, but absolutely not. Yeah.
And what were you just saying earlier, Michael, about 20 people making all the decisions that affect the billions of us? I think we might have stumbled onto a corner of that nexus there.
Yeah,
no kidding.
And to go back earlier, it also is why it's so important that there be some diversity in this group, because they know everything. It should, these are
what to do with
tools.
that data.
It's what you do.
It's what to do. Yeah. It's what we do with it, and the more diversity we have in voices, whether that is a poor white guy or a rich white woman or a rich Indian man or whatever, it doesn't matter, class, race, life experiences, life choices, the more diversity we have making those decisions is going to make what we do with that data better.
Maybe it's because I'm an old man.
Now I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you guys do anything to prevent Google or Facebook from knowing too much about you?
No.
Because I'm always I'm screwing around. I'm putting in fake information. I'll go months without using Facebook, and I'll use Twitter instead, and then I'll switch back. I use a different
Dylan,
I use DuckDuckGo now instead of Google for searches.
You think that fools them?
No, I mean, I'm just kind of doing what I can to kind of monkey wrench it a little bit here and there, but
don't fuzz it. I want to. Okay, I'll be the experiment. I'll be the guinea pig. I'm giving them everything. I'm 23andMe, everything. They're hiding nothing, not using any privacy filters.
But what you don't know, Leo, is there's an entire island of yous somewhere in the world.
No, I know that.
23andMe has cloned 50 Leo Laporte, and they're conducting all kinds of terrible psychological experiments.